What's up guys? So today I'm back with another tutorial. Today I'll be teaching you guys the Riffle fan. So the Riffle fan is just this super cool move that you see a lot of people doing. And to be quite honest, it just looks dope. But when I was thinking about how to make this tutorial and what to include, I realized that it's actually a pretty complex move when it comes to learning it. So I'll split this video up into two sections, the right-handed bit and the left-handed part. So the right hand's literally just that anaconda dribble. So if you know how to do that, I'll leave the timestamp in the description below so you can just skip ahead to the left-handed part of the video. But for those of you who don't know the anaconda dribble, let's just hop right into it. Alright, what's up guys? So I'm gonna do this with sort of an over-shoulder angle. You guys let me know in the comments below which you prefer, if I should just, keep doing this over shoulder angle or if you prefer sort of a front view. But for me at least, I learn a bit better this way, feels a bit more intuitive. So you guys just let me know. First off, get a deck of cards that's decently new or recently powdered so it, fans evenly, all the cards are smooth and all that. And make sure it has pretty even edges, because that's going to be important in, springing the cards off evenly. So what's really going on is the left hand's like this, balancing the deck on it, and the right hand's dribbling cards off one by one. And with a bit of tilt, gravity just kind of pulls the cards around, makes that really cool, fan effect. So with the right hand, the grip you want to be in is like this. So these three fingers right here are going to be lined up along the edge here. Pinky not quite on the corner, but just like on next to the corner. So right there on the side. Fourth finger, middle finger. So you want all these about the same height above the deck when you look at it this way. Meaning your hand's going to be tilted a little bit just because, your fingers are different lengths. So your hand will be tilted slightly, just like this. And your thumb is going to go right, again, not quite on the corner, but just right before the corner. Just like that. And your index finger is going to go straight out and press down like this. So the basic mechanics of it is that your thumb is gonna, you're gonna hold the deck like this, and your index finger is gonna push down as your thumb pulls up. So your thumb's pulling up this way, your index is pushing down this way, and these fingers just hold the deck. So it should bow, kinda like that, alright? So with the deck like this, then you just start pushing with your thumb like that, and the card should come off evenly. Now this is going to take a bit of practice because your thumb is doing this, right? So it's pushing up and going out like this. A little bit similar to when you do the riffle shuffle, how your thumb moves, but just a lot more precise, right? Your index finger is going to slowly move towards your thumb. So as the packet gets thinner, your index finger is going to move, and at the very end should be right next to your thumb. So let's just start from there and end up there. And these fingers are actually going to be letting go of the cards as they drop. Because you see, if you don't let go of the cards, like when I just started, my fingers would be, say, about there, and they wouldn't curl out, meaning that when I dropped cards, they'd stick like that, and they wouldn't drop off nicely. So what you're gonna wanna do is just line them up just enough so when the card drops, it'll pivot a bit, like this, then it should just drop away. So as the deck gets thinner, these fingers should curl out like that. So I know it's a lot going on, but just bear with me, alright? So these fingers curl out, your index finger moves towards your thumb, and your thumb riffles up the side of the deck. Alright? Don't expect to get this like too soon. It it's honestly just a lot of repetition. And at first it's just really hard, but keep practicing. You actually need to build up the muscles in your hand necessary to get this down smoothly. Say like if I try to do it with my left hand, which, you know, I've never practiced with my left hand, it looks something like that. All right, so it takes a while, but yeah, just keep at it and keep repeating the motion until cards fall evenly like that. So when you do it vertically, it should sound like that. And once you get that down, you should be able to do some form of the anaconda. And once you've got that down, that's a good sign that you're ready to, you know, start with the left-handed part of the riffle fan. Right, now, okay, now I know that was a lot just, you know, packed into a short amount of time, but now for the left hand. Now the left hand is pretty simple. Really what it looks like is this. Your index fingers curled in, just like that, and all your other fingers are out. And your index finger, right here, the nail, is gonna be somewhere along this side of the deck. Now everybody likes to put it a different place. You gotta find the spot that works best for you. For me, it's right about here, but I've seen people do it in the corners, whatever. But the basic concept behind it is the farther in it goes, the smaller the fan is. So if I place my index, say right there, the fan's, you know, super tiny. And if I put it on the edge, the farther out it is, the more unstable it is. So if I put it at the very edge here, it's pretty big, but as you can see, it's kind of hard to grab. And if I put it towards the corner, it's even bigger, but it's even more unstable. So you gotta, you know, find the balance that's right for yourself between size and stability. So kind of figure that out. And the way you're gonna balance it is just on the tip of your nail. So not like this tip, but sort of the flat side, like that. So you don't want your knuckle contacting. You just want a single point of contact where the whole, you know, all the cards are gonna rotate around, right? So this is gonna be the single pressure point, like right about there. So when you curl it in, it should, see if that looks good. Yeah, you can see that. It should be right about there, just like that. So just a single point touching, all right? And you can curl your finger down a bit so the deck's a bit closer to your hand. And you're gonna tilt the whole thing slightly this way. So this should be a bit farther down. This should be a bit farther up. So kind of like that, just slightly, just a bit. And then now with your right hand, again, you do the anaconda dribble. So just that dribble. And as it's balanced there, the card should spin around. Now at first, you're gonna have some issue. Like if you're not pressing hard enough, the cards will just kind of fall like that. Or if you're pressing too hard, the cards just won't spin. I mean, that was actually kind of moved. But if you're pressing too hard, the cards won't spin around. So the main thing you want to keep in mind is, number one, the angle, right? What angle the deck's at. The more tilt you put into it, the faster the cards are going to come around. But also, the more likely they are to fall at about here. So the more tilt you put into it, the faster they'll come around, but the more likely they'll slip out. Number two, it's the pressure you apply with your fingers. So the more pressure you apply, the more stable it is, but the slower they come around. So if you apply too much pressure, they won't actually fan out. And if you don't apply enough pressure, they'll just kind of fall out of your hand. So find the right angle, find the right pressure, and thirdly, is just find the right place. So again, as I was talking about, find the right balance. So I would say you want to get the biggest fan you can without the cards falling. So put all those three together, find the balance, and the fan should work. So for me, what works for me is tilting it about, I don't know how many degrees it is, but just slightly, you know, considering this is a new deck of cards, but just slightly. And again, my index finger goes right about there in the center. The pressure, it's not like, I'm not pushing down. I'd say it's about as much pressure, like just place the deck on your finger and feel, that's, you know, the weight of the deck, that's about how much pressure you need. Then when you push up, press down slightly, just a bit. And that's about how much pressure you need. So, I know that's kind of complicated, that's a lot of stuff, but once you get all that down and the fan, you know, spins around, the last part is just catching the fan. So you just let the fan spin around and it'll hit this side of the thumb. And on the bottom, what you'll do is once the fan's out, let me get this really quick, you'll just move your index out of the way and place it the way you would if you were doing, you know, a thumb fan or a pressure fan or whatnot. It gets here, right? So your index finger's like this, and then just move your index finger like that and place your middle finger right where the center is. So if it's spinning like this, just imagine, you know, an invisible rod going through. So that's the center of rotation, the center of pressure and everything. So that's a stable place where you can grab the deck and it won't move. So place your middle finger there and your index finger right next to it and just hold the fan. Now, compared to other fans, the Riffle fan's gonna have a pretty small, I don't know what to call it, a pretty small area where you can grab it. But once you find it, it should be right in the middle there. You can hold the deck, looks nice. Close it, you can just, you know, do a one-handed closer, or you can close it, you know, like another fan. Place your middle finger there, pull it in. And I think that's pretty much all you need to know about the Riffle fan. It's gonna take a lot of practice to get it down, but it's not as hard getting all the components right as it is fine-tuning them. So once you've got all the different pieces together, just, you know, spend some time, fine-tune it, and get it to work, then practice that a bit, and 100% it's worth it. Because, I mean, like, look at that. Like, that, you know, it's just cool. Alright guys, so that's the tutorial. Hope you guys enjoyed that. 100% it's a move worth practicing because it's amazing to perform to people. You get reactions, almost like you're doing magic, like you get crazy reactions. It also gives you a great sense of balance for the deck and you gain dexterity. So take time and practice that move, get it down well. Subscribe if you like content like this, stay up to date on things I'm posting, and stay tuned. Hopefully soon I'll teach a tutorial on an original cut I made, so I'm pretty hyped about that. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.